Hello everyone, Nicole and I are back today with another Creating with Collections video. So I am going to start by kind of taking a peek at what I have left of this Storytellers collection, and I'm going to try to decide the products I'd really like to use. One of them being those sticker sheets. And I also have a lot of scraps. So I'm going to find a way to go ahead and kind of use those up. So I always kind of take stock at the beginning every time I film a Creating with Collections video, see where I am, see what I have, and where I need to kind of place my focus. You can see I've added black cardstock to my Storyteller collection because I kept reaching for it. So these are the 12 by 12 papers that I have left. And it's almost like all the papers I thought I'd use the most and bought two of, I still have two of them. So that's the thing. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. Anyway, that's for the next layout. For this layout, I'm going to focus on using up the stickers and the patterned paper scraps. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to take some white cardstock and tear all of my scraps up and create two kind of layered areas. One layered area is going to be up at the top, and it's going to hold just like an auxiliary cluster, and then my title and photo is going to be at the bottom. So I'm going to ink all of these edges up using Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink, and I'm basically just going to tear, ink, and layer. I come across this one and I'm going to cut some of this part. This is from the 6x8 paper pad. They have like the really short cut apart pieces, and I think I used some of this one, so I have some more of it, and I'm going to use one of these pieces too. I keep taking like one little piece off of this paper and then putting the rest back again. At this point, I flipped my paper over to kind of trim off an edge and realized I didn't take the branding strip off my paper. I can't be the only one that does this. But it's okay. We weren't so far in the process that it couldn't be fixed easily. So I got to here and I thought I should probably figure out the spacing for my photos. So I'm just going to trim this edge off, and then I'm going to go ahead, grab my photo and trim it up, and I'm going to back my photo with the black cardstock. I love the bits, the black and white little pops in this collection. It's one of my favorite things about it, which is why I started dropping just some black cardstock in with my Cocoa Vanilla Studio kit, because I was always kind of searching for it and pulling it out, so I just popped it right in there. And I also have some black and white canvas flare from Scrap and Happy Studio that I'm gonna incorporate in a really fun way in this layout as well. Once I kind of get an idea for the spacing and the amount of space my photo is going to take up, then I can go ahead and add some more torn strips and a little bit more color, and get a better idea for how this page is going to lay out. So one of the papers that I bought two of was this butterfly paper. The idea being that I was going to fussy cut one of the papers, the butterflies from one of the papers, and use the other paper probably as a background, because I really loved that minty green color too. So I still have both of them. Fun times. So me. So I'm going to cut apart one of the papers, and I'm actually just going to rough cut these butterflies up. And I do end up using 2 or 3 of them, but this way I can kind of store them in with my embellishments, and they get fussy cut and used on pages, as opposed to staying a 12 by 12 paper and not getting cut into at all. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab these canvas flare from Scrap and Happy Studio, and I'm going to try them out, and they're going to work exactly like I hoped that they would. I love it when a plan comes together. So the sticker sheets have all of these. They're like labels. So there's one that's a circle, and there's one and then there's a couple that are squares, and all of that. And I think that they're supposed to be used as journaling blocks, but they're too, like, you can't just write with a regular pen on them. You would have to use like a special pen, and I know myself. I know that I am never gonna grab these blocks and write on them with a special pen or stamp on them with Stays On ink. That's just too much work for me. So instead, I'm going to do with them. I'm going to take the 2 circle labels, and I'm going to put the canvas flare on the 2 circle stickers. And then I'm going to take, I think I took like 2 more, maybe 3 more of those little labels, and I'm stacking them up and using them as layering pieces. And what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to create this kind of large cluster diagonally from my photo. And what this does is it's going to balance the page. So we have the big real estate photo that's in kind of like the bottom left. So I'm going to balance that photo with a large kind of floral cluster that is in the top right. So if you've been following along and watching this series with Nicole and I, one of the layouts that I did earlier in the spring, I think it was the one from like April or maybe May, that was a photo of my nieces and nephews. This is from that same day, and it's going to be the face page or the other side of the page in my album. And the 2 layouts will match and go together. So the other one, it has 2 pictures, and one is of my nephews and then one is of my nieces separately, and this is their whole family all together with my sister and my brother-in-law too. And then I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of the little fussy cut butterflies to kind of, I don't know what the word is, finish up maybe that cluster at the top. And then I'm going to take that Big Mama foam tape and go ahead and pop this whole cluster up to give it a little bit more dimension. I know my video is going up late today, and I apologize profusely. I was unprepared for the smoke we are getting today from the Canadian wildfires. I should have known it was going to affect me, and I don't think any of us thought that it would come this far west where I live. And I woke up this morning with a migraine, and my eyes are burning horrible. So I'm just kind of like, I'm getting this voiceover done, but my video is going to get up late, unfortunately. So I'm just rolling with it today. If you are on the East Coast, where it is so bad with the wildfire smoke, I hope you are doing good and you are staying safe and you are staying inside. I've seen pictures up around New York and Philadelphia and how bad it is. We have air quality warnings all over the place, and we are being told to stay in our houses. And I live a little more to the west of Philadelphia, so quite a bit. I mean, I live in Pennsylvania, but I'm more towards the western end, and I'm being affected by it, so I know you guys are. So got more stickers in by adding a bunch of those free stickers, and then I'm actually going to finish up one of the 2 packs of the puffy hearts that I have. Now, I know Nicole, she usually does like a midway through kind of thing where she walks through the kit and it shows like what she has left and comes up with a game plan for the rest of the kit. I am more than happy to shoot one of those before I go ahead and film my next video, my next project, if that's something you're interested in and you want like a catch-up video or a walkthrough video of where I am and how much of the kit I've used and kind of a game plan for how I plan to go ahead and use the rest of the kit, I'm more than happy to film one of those. Just feel free to go ahead and leave me a comment in the links down below. And that's easy enough. That's easy for me to do. No problem. So for my cluster down at the bottom, I'm starting with that fussy cut piece that I had trimmed off. And then I'm going to go ahead and build my cluster from that little square piece there. I'm going to add that second flare piece that is on the second circle label. So I use both those circle labels. Yay! And I'm actually going to use those as my titles. So they say that black one that's right beside my photo, I think it says family photo. And while it's not huge or super large, it's so bold and it catches your attention as soon as you look at my layout. So I am happy to call that my title. And I also have this little sticker banner piece. And that sticker banner piece says, "Love right now," which is just like a sweet sentiment, and I love it. So I'm going to continue on here, adding some more of these florals and putting this cluster beside my photo together. So there'll be like a large cluster to the right and then just a tiny little one on the left. And I am trying my best to use up as many of the sticker packs that I can use. That's kind of where I placed my focus for this layout: scraps and the stickers. Once I have those clusters in place, I'm going to dot the rest of the puffy hearts all around my clusters, and then this pack of puffy hearts will be done. I do have a second pack. That's okay. We'll get to that one too. You showed me kind of showing you like, look, I finished it. So that puffy heart pack is out of here. I also added another little tab sticker to pop my journaling onto. And by journaling, I mean date stamp, because my brain is muddled today. The last thing I'm going to do for this layout is to add little butterfly tails or trails to all of my butterflies. I love adding pen work to my layouts. I kind of got away from it for a long time. I got away from it, but I've recently kind of rediscovered it, and now I'm doing it on all the things. So once these butterfly tails are doodled on, we are going to call this layout done. Here are all of the close-ups for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new here from Nicole's channel, I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around with me. I'm just as crazy as Nicole, I promise. And if you have not subscribed to Nicole's channel, head over there. Check her out. She's awesome. Bye, everybody.